Good morning, Paul from Vocal Pro here. It's really exciting. I just got this thing on my Facebook this morning. Prince Estate announces 1999 album reissue with 35 unreleased tracks. Let's just have a look through that. This is from thecurrent.org, so you can go to their website, thecurrent.org, see it. It was released on the 10th of September, they wrote this, so just a few days ago. November 29, Warner Records reissues Prince's classic album 1999 with fewer than 35 previously unreleased tracks and a complete live concert performance on DVD. Wow. The Super Edition brings fans of the audio material that Prince officially released in and around 1982, as well as 23 previously released studio tracks recorded between November 1981 and January 1983. And a complete live audio performance of the 1999 tour recorded at The Late Show in Detroit, November 30, 1982. If you haven't seen an early Prince video, go and do it. In fact, I'll put a link in the description so you can watch it. This guy was incredible. Like, Prince, see, when Prince first came out, it was very sexual. Prince was a very, I don't want to say controversial, but we could call it that, I guess. But it was just no filter. He was just going for it. But what happened over the years was Prince became a very well-established, serious player in the music industry. And one of the things that made him such an established player was his work ethic. I've heard that, from 10 a.m. every single morning, he'd just walk into his studio. I'll just mute that so that I'm not getting pinged all the time. Yeah, so 10 a.m. every morning, he'd be in the studio working, and they would rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. So he was such a prolific writer, performer, singer. Like, for me, he's the embodiment of what is possible when a musician actually takes on the work ethic that's required to be, brilliant. So most of us, we just kind of sit around the edges of greatness because we don't do the work that's required. But this guy, so he's got a whole vault full of unreleased music. So he had, in other words, in his lifetime, I think he died at 57. So in his lifetime, he made so much music that he literally couldn't release it all during his lifetime. So he's got a whole vault full of stuff that's unreleased, which just shows his work ethic. It just shows what he was about. As a serious musician. And what I think too with Prince was when he first came into the music scene, because I was alive. I remember when Controversy came out. I think he had a couple of hits before that. I can't off the top of my head. I'd have to go onto Wikipedia and have a look at it. But the first song that I remember was Controversy, and that was so revolutionary. Like, it was so dry. If you listen to that song, there's like no reverb or anything on it. It's just like completely dry. And that was back in the day when digital reverb was just starting to come out and people were making everything super wet. So back in the day, music goes through fashions, right? It goes through seasons, just like clothes do. So you'll go through a dry period where it's all about dry sounds, and it goes through wet sounds, which means it's like everything sounds like it's in a cave. So if you listen to a lot of 80s music, there's so much reverb on there because digital reverb and delay was invented through that decade. So everybody, dialed up their Rev 7s and stuff, Rev 5s or whatever, and just filled the mixes with lots of reverb. And then it went dry again, so a lot of Chili Pepper stuff went dry. And then it got wet again, so we're going through another wet phase where there's lots of reverb and stuff. If you ever listen to an isolated vocal of anything, you'll hear a lot of reverb on vocals. But you listen to Controversy's super dry, and that's what makes it punch so hard, and that's what makes it sound so unique. Apart from the fact that he's just an amazing singer, amazing producer, amazing vocalist. I mean, I just said that with singer, but amazing songwriter, amazing performer, amazing piano player, guitarist. If you're sort of getting the impression that I'm a bit of a fan. Yeah. But see, let's have a look at some of these comments. I want to address a couple of these comments here because I think they're a little bit... I wonder if I can get to the comments. I don't think I can. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, I can't get to it. Anyway, but there's a lot of comments this morning. This is sort of one of the things I wanted to mention about today with this video as well. That, well, one of the comments I saw was, well, this is just so wrong that they're doing this to Prince's album. They should have left it just the way it is. Well, Prince didn't want to leave it the way it was. That's why he recorded all that extra music. The second one was, just that. Well, Prince's music was in a vault for a reason. It's just really unfair that they take his music out of the vault. If he wanted it released, he would have released it. No, he recorded so much music, he stuck it in the vault so that his music would live on for 50 years after he died. That was the point of the vault. Okay. There's some other comments here that are just ridiculous. So, music doesn't have an expression in the world until other people can hear it. His music doesn't get to live on if it just sits in the vault. Oh, the other one was like, well, why don't they release it for free? It's just not fair that they profit off his estate. They should just put the music out for free. Well, you don't know what's gone in to make the music. Like, it might be unmixed. They might have had to go and remix it. They might have had to master it. Like, what's in the vault may not be completed recordings. They might be just, well, I don't know. But they might be multi-tracks that then need mixing and finishing, right? Not musically, but sonically. So who knows what's gone into it? And you know what? That's his estate. His estate's entitled to make as much money. That's why he set it up. He was a consummate businessman. And one of the things that I find really curious with the music industry is so many people despise anybody making money, yet they want money for themselves. It's like, so there's this, I'm going on a complete jag here. In fact, I might do another video about this. So on one hand, there's the complaint that Spotify doesn't pay enough streaming. On the other hand, there's the complaint that, they're only in it for the money. Well, where do those two meet? Well, the argument is that for everybody it's different, right? Depending on your values. So for some people, $50,000 a year might be a great income. For another person, it might be $250,000. So, it's not until they reach that threshold that then the other conversation starts to kick in, you know what I mean? It's not fair that he makes so much money off his music. It's not fair that the estate does. That kind of conversation. No. If he made great music, he left it to his estate, he put it in a vault so that the music can be released and live on years after he's died. And you know what? That's happening. I was just looking on Spotify today. There was a album called The Versace Experience that came out this year, 2019. It's got 15 tracks on it. Originals that came out this year as well. Prince Originals that came out in June on Spotify. I think it was released. Was released in June on Spotify, but I think it came out a month before on Tidal or something. 2019, The Greatest Romance Ever Sold. So there's 3 new albums this year so far from his estate. So this will be the 4th album, the 1999 release. And then last year there was the Piano and a Microphone that came out. And then the Anthology was 2018. The Anthology is just a compilation. That doesn't really... 2017, Purple Rain expanded. Yeah, there's 35 tracks on the Purple Rain Deluxe Expanded Edition. So you know what? More power to the Prince organisation, more power to their estate for making his music live on and not just squandering it, really getting it out. I just discovered this morning I've got 6 new albums of this amazing artist that I can listen to, and I'm very, very excited about it. Have a great day. What's the date today? It is the 18th of September. Chat to you soon. See ya.